Well, again, good evening, everybody. So let's resume with our discussion. The last topic that we've discussed is how our police reports categorize. So we are already done with distinguishing what are the kinds of police reports, like operation report, internal business report, technical report, and the summary report. So now let's go to the anatomy of crime as explained by Commissioner Director General Miguel Kernel. So as you already know, the elements of crime is or are the motives, instrumentalities, and opportunities. So I know that all of you are very much familiar with these three elements, right? No, na-introduce na ito sa inyo, first year pa lang kayo, no, sa intro to crit. So let me first, or let's just have a refresher about this one. So what are the elements for a crime to happen? So what it takes for a crime to be considered as committed or successful? So for any crime to happen, there are three elements or ingredients that must be present at that same time and place. So these are the motives, the instrumentalities, and the opportunities. The motives are the reasons or causes why a person or groups of persons perpetrate a crime. So meaning, when you say motives, motibo, ano yung motibo? Ano yung kadahilanan kung bakit ang isang tao ay nag-commit ng crime? Bakit niya ginawa yung krimen? Examples are disputes, economic gain, jealousy, revenge, insanity, and thrill. Okay? Intoxication, drug addiction, and many others. So there are a lot of reasons why a person commits a crime. So it could be disputes, no, may hindi pagkakaunawaan between the two parties. It could be economic gain, diba? When it comes to business, no? When it comes to business, meron talagang mga ganyang bagay. Diba? May mga pang-sabotage because you want this company, your rival company to, you want to get rid of your rival company para gusto mo na sa'yo lang mapunta lahat ng profit. Jealousy, pagsiselos, no? Kadalasan sa mga kaso na ito ay nabilong siya sa crime of passion, diba? Jealousy, matinding pagsiselos. Dahil sa matinding pagsiselos o galit niya, o pagkainis niya dahil sa selos, nagdilim ang kanyang paningin, no? Naging blinded siya with her or his emotion. Kaya niya na-commit yung crime. Revenge, no? Pagbalos, pagpanimalos. Insanity, pagkabaliw. But there are exemptions when it comes to criminal liability kapag napatunayan na yung suspect or yung criminal is indeed insane. So it takes a lot of process and a lot of requirements in order for this suspect or for the suspect to prove before the court that he is indeed insane, baliw. Diba? He has to undergo series of tests, examinations, the expert witnesses or the doctors, the psychologists, the psychiatrists needs this suspect to undergo observations in order for them na ma-determine nila kung ano ba talaga, kung totoo ba talagang baliw siya o nagbabaliw-baliwan lang. Diba? So it is a long process. Or thrill, no? Just for the heck of it. No? Because gusto lang nilang adrenaline rush. Kadalasan sa mga nagko-commit ng crime because of thrill, ito yung mga juveniles. No? Dahil gusto nila ng thrill, gusto nila ng adventure, gusto nila yung excitement. Siguro, they feel the excitement or the rush whenever na hinahabol sila ng kapulisan. Diba? May mga ganyan. Or it could be because of intoxication. No? Under the influence of drugs, it could be, or it could be under the influence of liquor. And many others. So, ang daming rason kung bakit nagkakaroon ng motibo yung tao para mag-commit ng crime. Okay? So, this is the crime triangle. We have the instrumentalities, the opportunities, and the motives. So, we are done with motives. Let's move to instrumentalities. The instrumentalities are the means or instruments used in the commission of the crime. It could be firearm, a bolo, a fun knife, an ice pick, poison or obnoxious substance, a crowbar, a battery-operated hand drill for carnapping, motor vehicle, and etc. Both the motives and instrumentalities belong to and are harbored and wielded respectively by the criminal. So, ang motives and ang instrumentalities ay nanggagaling sa criminal. Hindi naman pwede na yung motibo is nanggaling sa suspect. Diba? So, when you say instrumentalities, ito yung mga bagay na ginagamit nila in order for them or in order for the crime to happen, in order for the crime to succeed. Okay? For example, gusto niyang patayin si Pedro. Si Juan gusto niyang patayin si Pedro. In order for him, no, to kill Pedro, gumamit siya ng bolo, gumamit siya ng firearm, or gumamit siya ng ice pick. Diba? Or kung gusto niyang patayin si Pedro ng slowly, no, but surely, pwede niya gamitan ng poison or any other obnoxious substances. Or yung kaso naman is carnapping. No, ano yung ginamit niya para mapasok niya or mabuksan niya ang sasakyan na kakarnapin niya? A battery-operated hand drill. Okay? So, yan yung instrumentalities. Ano yung ginamit nila in order for them in order for the crime to succeed. Okay? Now, ang opportunities naman consist of the acts of omission and or commission by a person or the victim which enable another person or group of persons, the criminals, to perpetrate the crime. Illustrative examples include leaving one's home or car unattended for a long time, walking all alone in a well-known crime-prone alley, wearing expensive jewelries in slum area, readily admitting a stranger into one's residence, and the like. Opportunity is synonymous with carelessness, acts of indiscretion, and lack of crime prevention consciousness on the part of the victim. Opportunities, oportunidad. No? Meaning, even if may instrumentality, present si instrumentality and si motive, no? Present kang kriminal yan. Pero wala siyang opportunity, then there is no such crime to happen. Walang krimen na magaganap. Just like, for example, by the mere fact of, standing in the midst of the crowd, and you were beside by a police officer. Tapos may gustong manakit sa'yo, may gustong kumuha ng wallet mo, or may gustong kumuha ng jewelry mo. But dahil sa takot niya na baka makot siya ng police officer, baka madakip siya ni police officer, hindi niya tinuloy yung balak niya, yung motibo niya, even if he is very much capable of doing it. Diba? So, binabalanse niya yung mga bagay-bagay. So, aside from that, Now, I believe that victim plays an important role in crime, not crime prevention, in terms of crime, krimen. There's no crime if there's no victim, diba? So, hindi yung there's no crime if there's no law punishing it. No, hindi yan. Yung victimology. Now, we are talking about victimology. When you say victimology, it talks about the involvement of the victim to the commission of the crime. Meaning, ano yung involvement ni victim sa krimen? Victim siya, ma'am, yes. Pero paano siya naging biktima? Maybe because of carelessness, di ba? Because of this carelessness. Maybe because of indiscretion or lack of crime prevention, di ba? Because of tinotolerate niya ang criminal because of intense emotion. Diba? We have different kinds of victims. So, ang isa, nagiging biktima because of pagiging careless niya. Na-hold up siya, na-rape siya, nadala siya sa isang liblib na lugar or sa masukal na lugar because he or because she is unaware of her surroundings. Busy siya sa pag-scroll sa cellphone niya, knowing na nasa madilim na daan siya. By doing so, she is not aware of her surroundings. So, too late na to protect herself. She is unable to protect herself because kuha na siya, gihablot na siya. Diba? Aside from that, if you're being too much hospitable, diba? Isa yan sa mga katangian nating mga Pilipino. We are hospitable. No, the values, the value of, or the Filipino trait, the most famous Filipino trait, the hospitality, being hospitable. Now, kahit hindi naman natin kakilala yung tao, pinapapasok natin sila sa bahay natin. But what if yung tao is may masamang balak? No? Pinagstudihan niya yung bahay natin. Saan yung exit, saan yung entrance, saan yung pwedeng pumasok, anong klase yung security ninyo, what kind of windows you have, pwede ba yung pasukan ng tao, diba? Nastudihan na noon ang inyong balat. So, lack of discretion or lack of crime prevention. Aside from that is yung tinotolerate mo yung suspect. No? Very common to sa mga wives na ginawang punching bag or mga partners na ginagawang punching bag ng mga husbands nila or ng mga partners nila. Diba? Kahit alam na nilang mali yung ginagawa ng partners nila, hindi nila kayang iwan o isuplong yung partners or your husband nila because they don't want their family to be ruined. They don't want their children to grow up in an incomplete family. But ang hindi nila napansin is pinotrektahan nga nila yung anak nila sa pagiging incomplete or of having incomplete family, pero hindi naman nila naprotektahan yung anak nila from witnessing violation. Diba? Exposed sila masyado sa violation. Na it could be their foundation habang lumalaki sila. Kaya paglaki nila, when they reach the adulthood, nagiging violent din sila. Kasi yun yung nakikita nila in their growing years. So, isa yan sa mga klase ng mga victim. So, there are a lot of opportunities. Right? Even if yung paglalagin mo ng Facebook mo sa internet cafe tapos nakalimutan mo lang na mag-log out, pwede yan i-hack. Even if naka-log out na nga yan, pwede yan i-hack. Diba? There are a lot of viruses na pwedeng gamitin para mapasok at makuha yung mga personal information mo. At gamitin yung information na yun, gamitin yung information mo para gumawa ng krimen. So there are a lot of opportunities. Ang problema lang is you have to be aware and beware of your actions in order for you na hindi ka ma-left unsecured. Diba? So, ganun yun. So, the motives, a reason for doing something, especially one that is hidden or not obvious. A motive for his murder. So, when you say murder, klarong-klaro may motibo. Diba? Because there is treachery. May pagtataksil. No? Tinira ka patalikod. Pinagplanuhan. Diba? Evident premeditation. Pinagplanuhan, pinag-isipan ng mabuti. Right? Same lang pa rin yan sa robbery. Pinagplanuhan, pinag-isipan ng mabuti. Yung iba nga, gumagawa pa ng mapa ng bahay ninyo para alam na alam nila kung ano yung pasikot-sikot sa bahay niyo. So, synonyms. Synonyms ng motives. We have reason, motivation, motivating force, rationale, grounds, cause, basis, occasion, thinking, the whys and wherefores, object, purpose, intention, and design. More incentive, inducement, impulse, incitement, influence, lure, inspiration, stimulus, stimulation, spur, goad, provocation, pressure, persuasion, and consideration. These are the synonyms of motives. Motibo. Okay? So whether the crime incident would happen or not, it will depend on the presence and merging of motives, instrumentalities, and opportunities at the same time and the same place. The absence of any one ingredient, one of the three, will mean that there shall be no crime. The most that could happen in an accident arising out of reckless imprudence, since there is no motive. When you say reckless imprudence, katangahan, pagkadanghag, nagtinanga ka drive, naligsan na nuni mo, pedestrian. When you say pedestrian, correction lang, when you say pedestrian, it talks about the person crossing the pedestrian lane, crossing the street. Okay? When you say pedestrian lane, that is the line where people crosses the street. Okay? Dili pwedeng gamuinin mo, kita sa pedestrian. Tamakan din yung mga tao, makasabay din yung tabok. So use proper terminologies because you are a future criminologist. A freak crime incident shall occur when all three elements are present and merge at the same time and at the same place, but the victim is not the intended one due to mistaken identity. But there are a lot of cases na nangyari ito. Freak crime. Merong opportunity, merong instrumentality, merong motive. But, pero sa akto na papatayin na niya, yung tao, no, or sabihin na napatay na niya yung tao, naposilan na niya, nadunggaban na niya, it turns out that the person is not the right person na dapat niyang patyon. That is mistaken identity. That is what we call fake crime. Diba? So sabihin na natin na present si motive and si instrumentality, pero wala si opportunity. Wala pa rin krimen na mangyayari. Kasi wala siyang right time to put his plan into action, to put his crime into action nga, di ba? Or sabihin na natin na merong opportunity and instrumentality, pero wala namang motive. Pwede ba? May kakayahan, no? Instrumentality. May opportunity, may panahon, may oras, pero walang motibo. Walang krimen pa rin. Pero in some cases, kagaya ng sa mga company, no, yung mga pilferer, no, yung mga tinatawag nating krimen na pilferage, no, company crime yan, ito yung mga tao na nasilaw kasi kailangan nila yung bagay na yun. Say for example, you are a staff clerk. So may opportunity ka kasi labas-pasok ka sa company. Kasi may ID ka, nagtatrabaho ka doon. You have the instrumentalities, you have all the capabilities na mangawat. But seeing that those devices present inside the company, inside the building, the computer, the printer, the Xerox machine, the television, and even the laptop, ba? Wala ka na ibugan na. Hindi ka nasilaw nun dahil hindi mo nakikita na kailangan mo. Because it could be maybe that may computer ka sa bahay nyo, may laptop ka sa bahay nyo, may printer ka sa bahay nyo. Diba? Pero nakita mo ang daming stock na mga reams ng bond paper sa opisina ninyo. And it's just so happen that you run out of bond papers dun sa bahay ninyo. Kahit na ganyan kaliit yung kantidad ng bond paper, no? Magkano ba ang isang ream ng bond paper? 100 plus? Diba? More or less 150, right? Or 200. Kumuha ka, tapos dinala ninyo sa bahay niyo. That is already what we call pilferage. Pilfer. You are a pilferer. No? Yung kanang pagpangawat ni mga butang, bisan pag gagmay ra ng abutan sa opisina, dalaunin niyo sing balay. It's not a big deal. Yes, it is. Budget yan ng company para intended sa opisina ninyo, not sa bahay niyo. Now, let's just say na kumuha ka lang ng isang ream ng bond paper. What if naubos na yun? Kukuha ka na naman ulit. Kukuha ka na naman ulit. Di ba? Even if wala kang motibo, diba? Even if wala kang motibo, wala kang plano in the first place na mangawat o bond paper. No? Kahit in the first place, wala kang plano na kumuha ng bond paper. But because of you have the opportunity and you have the instrumentality, nasilaw ka sa bond paper because wala kang bond paper dun sa bahay niyo. Paano na lang yung kapatid niyo na gumagawa ng modules? So, bigla-bigla, nagkakaroon ka ng motibo. So, kumuha ka. Diba? The fact that you brought the ream of bond papers dun sa bahay ninyo, sa present na si motives, instrumentalities, and sa opportunity. May krimen na nangyayari. Okay? Okay, now let's move on to the police visibility. Police visibility. So what is police visibility? When we talk about police visibility, we should not limit ourselves to just presence or being actually physically present. Police visibility is more than that. Meaning, when you say police visibility, it talks about not only of a police officer being visible to the public. Nilagay siya doon sa park, doon sa downtown area, sa sidewalk, just for the heck of it, or just for the show, para masabi lang na may police visibility. No. Police visibility has deeper meaning. No, hindi lang sa pagiging visible ng isang police. So when you see police visibility, it talks about also the responsibility and the duties of a police officer being visible to the public. For example, if you are a police officer, you are a patrolman, nag-conduct ka ng foot patrol dyan sa CM Recto, no, CM Recto Street, diya sa Claveria, nag-conduct ka og foot patrol diya sa ibang post, no, let's just say diya sa ibang post. Kadang sa 8 hours nimo na pabalik-balik diya sa imong post, you are not just walking back and forth. You are also observing the surroundings. May mga pagbabago ba? May mga unusual ba na nangyayari? May mga kahina-hinala bang mga tao? May kahina-hinala bang mga activities sa mga tao na nandoon? You are making observations. You are doing observation. And whatever your observation is, tinitake down notes mo yan dun sa notes mo. Aside from that, if you are taking observations, you're also observing the suspicious people within the surroundings, within your AOR. When you say AOR, area of responsibility. No, by doing so, you are eliminating the opportunity. Okay? Kapag nakita mo na may isang babae na puro alahas, no, puro alahas yung nasa katawan niya, sinaw kay siya, nag-yellow siya tanan. May puro gold ang iyahang nasing lawas. Tapos, sinabayan mo siya sa paglalakad. Hinatid mo siya. Ma'am, good morning ma'am, good afternoon ma'am, where are you going? May I accompany you to your destination? Lalo-lalo na kung yung destination niya is walking distance lang. Hinihatid mo siya. Now, yung mga tao na may masamang balak kay ate or kay ma'am, wala na silang timing, wala na silang oras para i-put into action yung plano nila. Hanggang plano na lang yun. Hanggang pangarap na lang yung gusto nila. Diba? So, you're eliminating the opportunity. Right? So, aside from that, if you are also giving or doing public relations to the people within your area of responsibility, you are also creating camaraderie, good relations to the community. And therefore, you're also eliminating the instrumentality and the motive of the criminals. Mawad-an na sila og gana noon na mahimong criminal because of your good relationship with the community. Now, because of this, nagiging involved yung community sa pagpamulis. Diba? Nagiging involved na sila na dahil friends naman mo, diba? Friends naman mo with the community, dili na sila mahadlok mo sumbong si muha. Lalong-lalo na kung alam nila na ginagawa mo ng maayos yung trabaho mo. Diba? Hindi ka nadadala sa suhol o pagbabanta o kahit na magbigay pa ng pangalan, diba? Ng mga politiko. So, ganun yun. That is what we call police visibility. No, hindi na natatakot yung community na magbigay ng information sa iyo, no? Because of your good relationship with one another. Diba? May minutes lang, sir. Napoy napuan, sir, ba kagabi napansin ako nga naay nagkuan diri na karon na mo kita atong mga tawhana to. Nya kahinahinala kayo ilang panglihok ba? Nga murag na sila gipangdala. Or at least, no? It saves your time doing intelligence. Because you have your informant or informer daan, di ba? So aside from that, when you say police visibility and police omnipresence. Magkaiba yung dalawa. Okay, take note of that. Police omnipresence and police visibility is different. When you say police visibility, no, the impact and the effect of police visibility to the community. Okay, and the relationship and the behavior of the community being the police present. Diba? So, yung police omnipresence naman is ito yung effect. Parang after effect ba? No? After effect. Parang ganyan. Diba? Yung kahit hindi nila nakikita yung kapulisan, even if wala silang nakikitang pulis dyan sa kalsada, wala silang nakikitang pulis na nagpo-foot patrol or nag-conduct ng patrol within their vicinity, pero alam nila na they are safe because alam nila na ang pulis ay nagtatrabaho na maayos. That they are one call away, one text away, one report away. Ba? Isang tawag mo lang nandun na agad yung kapulisan. That is police omnipresence. Na kahit hindi mo sila nakikita visibly, ba, or physically, hindi mo sila nakikita physically, you still feel the security and safetyness sa inyong community. Because alam mo na nagtatrabaho ng maayos and effective yung ang policing system ng kapulisan ninyo. Okay? That is the meaning of police visibility and police omnipresence. Okay? Now, what are the three things that we should consider in police visibility? We have physical presence. We have the patrolling scheme, and we have the response. Now, we are going to talk about this one by one. We are going to discuss this one by one next meeting. Okay? Because wala na tayong oras.